made on the side, on the line of scrimmage. Let's go!
Now in its 8th season, we've expanded Louisiana's most comprehensive high school football coverage. This is Sportsline Friday Night.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sportsline Friday Night. Week 4 already. We're already at the end of September. Week 4 of the regular season. And, Steve, we've got more people starting out with some more important games tonight.
Victor Howell and Steve Schneider, you said welcome back to you. Welcome back after being gone last week.
I know you enjoyed a couple days off, some much deserved, and heard you had a nice time last week with a certain coach we're going to talk to in a second.
That's right. Roman Bates, nice enough to sit in with us last week, but we're glad to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to be back again, and as we mentioned, a lot more teams. We've known about the teams in 5A that have already been in district play. We've got some more teams kicking off district play tonight, but at first, Steve, we're going to talk about a guy who you had sitting right here last week, going for a milestone tonight.
And tonight, I think he got it.
I think he got it. You are exactly right. Capital head coach Roman Bates has waited over 30 years to reach the 199 win plateau, so what's one more week to reach 200? Last week, the Lions were handed their first setback of the season by Baker. Tonight, they look to roar back into the win column when they took on McKinley. The Panthers struggling in this first year down in Class 4A, and we take you out to the action. Show you what happened tonight out at Memorial Stadium. McKinley still looking for win number 1. It was Capital that was taking over early on. They get the fumble, and then watch Robert Joseph Jr. as he's going to take the handoff, score from 23 yards out as he comes near side, and Capital gets on the scoreboard. Later on, we'll pick up the action. Capital punting to McKinley. Larry Anderson is in the back. He's going to catch it, and he's going to return it 11 yards as he comes near side. Watch towards the end here. Oh, you saw his head get cocked backwards. That's going to be a face mask penalty, and we're going to tack on some more yardage from there. Delvecchio Williams, he's going downfield. He finds Michael Williams. Great catch over the defense. Super catch, takes it all the way down, and you betcha he deserves 6 points after that effort. 12-6 at this point. Capital is on top. Now watch the running back going far side. That's Joseph Jr. again. Takes the handoff, and this time he's gone. 73 yards. He's going to take it the distance far side. Nobody catches him. 19-6 Capital at this point. Later action. We pick it up with McKinley having the ball, and Delvecchio drops back. This time the pass is going to be intercepted by Michael Foster. He's going to take it all the way back to the McKinley 5-yard line. He's going to fumble at the end, but Capital, with good effort, would recover, and then Joseph Jr. scores again, this time from 4 yards out, 26-6. Capital at that point, and you betcha. Congratulations to head coach Roman Bates as Capital takes it by the final score of 26-6. McKinley still looking for that first victory of the season. Capital bounces back from its loss last week, and afterwards, we talked to the man who reached career victory number 200.
Well, it feels good to win the 200 win, but the better thing about the whole thing is that the community had the patience to wait till I win something. I haven't brought them a state championship, but at least bring something to the school. Being the first coach in East Baton Rouge Parish to win 200 games is pretty good.
Great scene tonight for Roman Bates. Well, the Baker Buffaloes that put Coach Bates' 200 win on hold last week have quite a story developing themselves. The drop to 4A has them looking forward to an all-new list of district rivals, and at 3-0 going into tonight's game with Tara, their big showdown with Broadmoor in the district opener is just 2 weeks away. But first, taking care of the task at hand, the 1-2 Trojans. We take you to Buffalo land, and there is Buffy, the dancing Buffalo, and we pick up action with a 20-7 Baker lead in the fourth quarter. You see the fumble on the ground. Reggie White picks it up, or actually made the hit, and it's Donald Washington who picks it up and advances a little bit further after Aaron McKenzie dropped it. Now McKenzie looking for another strike, going to run on this one. Montel Hamilton with a touchdown saving tackle right there for Tara. Devin Jarrow gets the football, and he's looking deep. Look who's back there. It's Mr. McKenzie, quarterback turned defensive back and interceptor, and he's going all the way back into the end zone for an apparent touchdown. A flag on the play kept Baker from getting their fourth touchdown. As a matter of fact, they had 2 touchdowns called back after getting 20 quick points in this game, and they end up settling for a 20-7 victory over the Tara Trojans. The Baker Buffaloes still starting the season with a 4-0 record. The Buffalo having it their way again this year.
Let's take you to some other scores. In Denham Springs, you can understand the Yellow Jackets had other things on their mind after the tragedy that happened at their school. Homecoming tonight, but they come up short as they lose to Broadmoor 35-20, and it was Lee getting past Woodlawn tonight by the score of 20-13.
Elsewhere, Plaquemine with a win over Booker T. Washington. That was 42-14. And West Jeff over St. James. This was a close game at halftime, but two battles of wing T teams, and West Jeff comes out on top 36-0.
St. James taking one on the chin tonight. We've talked about some teams in our area in 3A that are still getting ready for district. Tonight, Steve, they have some non-district games and pretty good matchups.
That's right. When we come back, we'll take a look at that action here on Sportsline Friday night.
Business owners, are you still paying 32 cents per mail out? For the past 14 years, DMS Mail Management has worked with major businesses, government agencies, universities, and medical facilities, saving them millions of dollars in postal-related costs. DMS Mail Management is a complete mailing service offering pre-sorting first-class mail, barcoding, stuffing, folding, inkjet addressing, stamping, bulk mail, personalized laser, and manual processing.
Our data processing staff specializes in personalized laser mail. Call us today to see how we can save you money.
Wherever there is a heart of a champion, there must be something to help it prevail. Wherever there is a burning desire to excel, there must be someone to count on to help make it happen. The hearts of champions are many on the courts and playgrounds of Baton Rouge, and Red Stick Sports proudly fills the needs of these champions on the courts and fields of dreams come true. You supply the heart. We'll supply with what else you need to succeed. Red Stick Sports.
Down here in Louisiana, we got a word that describes this new Burger King Ditka deal to a T. The word I had in mind was lagnap. Order a $2.99 Whopper value meal and you get a choice of free cheese or free bacon. Now that's lagnap. You get the fries, you get the drink, and your choice of free cheese or free bacon. If you want to sell something to us Louisianans, at least learn to speak the language.
It's good.
You know, hunting season is just around the corner, and if you're like me, you need a truck that's dependable and affordable. There's only one place to go, Hollingsworth Richards Ford. Drive a 97 F-150 XLT Super Cab for just $259 a month, or buy a 97 Ranger XLT for only $10,988. So take it from Bert Jones. There's no better way to enjoy Louisiana than in a Ford truck. Hollingsworth Richards Ford, 7787 Florida Boulevard between Bon Marché and Cortana Mall.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. If the LHSAA rated schools on the strength of schedule, they'd probably find Port Allen and Lutcher on the top 10 list. Tonight, Tim Detillier taking his Bulldogs into Port Allen for a AAA non-district game with Gary Atkins Pelicans. Port Allen 2-1, Lutcher 1-2 going into this one. Take you to the action and show you how things worked out. Early first quarter action. Port Allen's Quentin Brown looking for Larry Hebert. Finds him. Nice gain of 13 yards, but they would come across a 4th down and 1. Mr. Hebert gets the football, but he is stopped short, and it ends up being a Lutcher possession. Wesley Luke looking to throw the football, and it's Cullen Achman on the receiving end. He's wide open. 40-yard pickup for the Bulldogs down the right sideline. Then Vince Patterson loses the handle on the football. It is picked up by Port Allen, and the Pelicans are going the other way. And they're going to, instead of going to Mr. Hebert, Mr. Atkins will call the number of number 1, Warner Anderson. He is knocked down by Ryan Leish. No gain there. Port Allen still with the football. A little bit later, Brown looking deep. But that is David Miller with the defensive play that keeps Port Allen from connecting on that one. A little bit later, not Matala with the pass, and again a pickoff. Jeremy Mitchell on this one. You know, we didn't get a single point while our cameras were there, but they scored 43 on the night, and 35 of them belong to Lutcher. Check out your final. 35-8. But it was a surprise, not so much in who won that game, but the margin. A young Lutcher team coming away with a big victory over Port Allen.
Steve, one of the teams sitting atop 8-3A with an undefeated record is Bruley. The Panthers have been running wild, proven last week when they racked up over 360 yards on the ground in their 40-point win over North Iberville. Tonight, the Panthers back home hosting White Castle out of 8-1A. The Bulldogs in search of win numero uno for the 97 season, dancing in the stands, and Bruley fans would be dancing quite often. Jacob Delapass, he's a young quarterback for Brady Perry, but he's been getting the job done and leading his team to victory. 9 yards on that carry, then they hand off to Todd Bro. Todd Bro just bulldozes people into the end zone, 25 yards on the run, 14-7 that point, and we've got more coming. Randall Guy will get the punt for Bruley, and he's going to start one way, and he's cutting back the other. And here he comes. 40 yards later, he's going to keep coming down the near sideline, finally get taken down, but gives Bruley great field position. And then Chris Woods is going to take it in from 3 yards out on the misdirection, takes it in 20-7 that point. We're going to go for the 2-point conversion, Steve, because I've seen the highlights. And Bruley's going to get it when Bernard Jackson takes it in for 2, and it's 22-7 Panthers at that point. Third quarter action, and we're going back to the quarterback again, and it's Jacob Delapass on the keeper, fakes the handoff, forgets the option, and gets going. 35 yards. Look at him break tackles. I'm not sure it was 35, but it looked good. It could have been 35, so we'll make it that. Delapass, and he's going to fumble, but Nicholas Cotlett's going to recover it in the end zone for the touchdown. Bruley take the points any way they get it, and check out your final as the Panthers win it by the final score of 30-7.
Elsewhere, we have Livonia on a roll now, 4-0. They come to Baton Rouge tonight, and the Wildcats beat Redemptorist 20-14. It was West Feliciana in the win column over Vidalia, 31-13.
West St. John shuts out Donaldsonville. That final score was 19-0, and Riverside in a close game, they win a big one. That final score was 17-14.
Up next on Sportsline, a check of District 4-5A. Seems like they've been playing district ball since the first week of the season, and it is starting to get interesting.
And we've got some big ones, and we're heading down to Ascension Parish when we come back with more Sportsline Friday night.
PC Warehouse, Baton Rouge's oldest and largest locally owned computer outlet. So much more than a computer store. PC Warehouse.
PC Warehouse.
For professional internet design, hosting, and ISDN, call Cyberview, your eyes to the internet. Cyberview introduces Go Online, the site for LSU sports. For all the up-to-the-minute news, late-breaking stories, interviews, and more, go online at www.go.com.
Would you believe quality 8-foot trailers starting at $295 at Ballou's Welding and Sandblasting? And check out our 16-foot trailers with heavy-duty tongue. Ours have 9 cross braces, while the other guys use only 6. Ours 4-inch angle iron. Theirs only 3-inch angle. We'll blast them, paint them, top and bottom. We also blast those rusty items you've been wanting to clean up and refinish at Ballou's Welding and Sandblasting, next to Ballou's Fine Cajun Cuisine on Scenic Highway.
Should be like a neighbor.
Citizens Bank has proudly served our community since 1960. We offer banking and insurance to individuals and businesses. Our friendly professional staff is ready to assist you with all of your financial needs. Visit us soon in Baton Rouge or Plaquemine and experience hometown banking.
Citizens Bank and Trust.
Crawford's Grill Room in Gonzales tastes as good as it looks. Taste the magnificence. Crawford's Grill Room.
Welcome back to Sportsline. You know, we noticed early on this year in the scheduling that Santa Maria and EA don't play on the last weekend. That's the 7th week this year. But that is not the only game down there that gets things going and gets the emotions pumped.
No, there are a lot of emotions when we start talking about this district. You know, you remember, Steve, we had a couple times when these two teams took some breaks when they were in different districts, but they're all back. And this game always stirs emotions for area football fans. Catholic, Santa Maria at the pit. Stirs thoughts of overflowing crowds lining the fences, barbecues that start early in the afternoon, and football games that go right down to the wire. Well, not tonight. Tonight, the Gators had their hands full. 1-2 on the season, 1-1 in district, hosting a Bears team undefeated on the season and ranked 4th in the state in Class 5A. And we take it to the action, and here come the teams coming out at the pit. And let's show you the action early on when Catholic has the ball. First quarter action, first drive. Kendrick Shanklin takes the screen pass, and he's coming near side, and he is going to go.
Oh,
great block. Great way of getting past the tackle. Cuts back, then runs into his own man, gets down to the 10-yard line, but the drive, after that great effort, would stall. Still in the first quarter, third drive. Anthony Fisher hits Brian Batson, and he rolls out, goes back across his body. Another great block, and nobody's catching him this time. In fact, you saw he had a security blanket blocking him to the end zone, takes it all the way. 7-0 Catholic at that point. Dale Weiner is pumped because he knows just how big these games can be on the road. Second quarter, Catholic is threatening deep, but Shanklin's going to fumble at the 2-yard line, and Sanamaw recovers, and Big Mo is on the Gators' side. Sanamaw on the 4th down, though, deep in their territory. The punter, Ben Mary, drops the ball. Good thinking. May look bad, but it was good thinking. Chunks it out of bounds. That's a safety. 9-0 at half. We check out the final, though, and Catholic too much as they win it by the final score of 22-0.
Defense, 3 shutouts this year. Bill Burke and his Zachary Broncos had to be looking at tonight's game with Estruma as a chance to build some serious momentum. The new kids on the 5A block already bolting out to a 2-0 start in District 4, and if they could get by the Indians, they'd be all set for a big showdown with Central with playoff possibilities. But you got to take care of first things first, and the Indians were ready tonight. Calvin Spears, look at that fake. He doesn't have the football. The fullback is just the decoy. This is the man with the football, and Robert Vessel is gone down the right sideline. 6-0, Estruma on top. Zachary will try to come back. Calvin Spears is the Estruma quarterback. Ellis Spears is the Zachary quarterback. There'll be a quiz at the end of these highlights. The rollout pass, and here's the completion, and the Broncos with a touchdown. Their point after good, and it was Zachary on top of Estruma by a score of 7-6. Calvin Spears back at the controls for Estruma. Another great fake. This time he keeps it, but at the last minute he's going down, pitches it. Vessel's got it again, and another touchdown. The 2-point play, and Estruma's on top by 14-7. Then it's Ellis Spears, Ellis Spears. I got the right guy. You see him carrying that with one hand like a loaf of bread? That's the problem. Reginald Hawkins recovering for Estruma, and Calvin Spears back on the attack. Here's another great fake. Yeah, there he goes. He's still got the football and takes it in for the touchdown to make it 20-7 Estruma. They would get the 2-point play on a pass to go up by a score of 22-7. Here it is. And here's the final. Check it out as the Indians, Mike Mullins, explode for a 50-26 win over Zachary, the Broncos' first loss in district play.
A lot of points on the board. Spears, the last name? Another big District 4-5A game tonight in Ascension Parish. This one played at EA. The Spartans 2-1 on the season, but 1-0 in district, hosting Central. Brian Ensminger's Wildcats a perfect 3-0 on the season. The winner of this one working their way into second place in the district, and we take you out. Yokes at Burnside. 14-3, East Ascension is leading. Third quarter action. John Mayer intercepted by Chris Thomas. Thomas takes it back for a small gain before he gets tackled. Then Central's quarterback Gary Morris intercepted by Brian Williams off the bounce, and the deflection holds on to it, and East Ascension gets the ball back. Then Mr. Myers on the toss. Calvin Williams, and he's going to take it 40 yards for the touchdown. All alone, East Ascension leads it by the score of 21-3. Fourth quarter action, Central trying to rally as running back Chris Shiro is going to bust one. I mean, bust it. Goes right through the line, puts his head in his own guy's back, and then just get out of my way. Takes it all the way for the touchdown. 21-10 at that point, but it was a little too late as East Ascension holds on to win it. Big win for them tonight as they beat Central by that score of 21-10.
Other final scores, East St. John is now 4-0 on the season. The Wildcats beat South Lafourche. 46-16 was the final in that one. Glen Oaks over Bel Air, 40-35 in a score fest. And Destrehan, Rondell Neely, got to be happy. 30-13 their victory.
And Central Lafourche beat Terrebonne tonight. That final score was 17-7. Well, we had some action in District 4-5A, as we mentioned at the top of the program. Some of the folks in Class 2 starting district tonight. A couple of big games, some teams trying to get off to a good start.
And if you're looking for Independence and Kentwood, don't worry. That is in this show as well. Stay tuned.
How to fit a ton of features into a half-ton truck. The Mazda SE5.
Mazda SE5. Well, I want it all. Mazda SE5.
The Mazda SE5. Have it all with 3,000 total savings.
Said Mazda SE5.
3,000 total savings or get 3.9% APR.
when you buy a new Honda 4Trax 300, 300 4x4, or the rugged Foreman 400. You can see something you just won't see on any other ATV. Your choice of 7.9% APR financing and no down payment, or a pair of incredible German precision optic Steiner binoculars. Now you can see why Honda ATVs are the best on earth.
See these Honda dealers now. GN Gonzalez Inc. Honda World ends October 31st.
On this job, my feet sweat, smell, and itch so bad, nothing helps.
Introducing Gold Bond Medicated Foot Powder. 3 foot relievers in 1. Only Gold Bond absorbs moisture, controls odor with baking soda, and stops foot itch. New Gold Bond Medicated Foot Powder.
Finally, something that really helps.
As a resident orthopedic surgeon, I see a lot of people in pain. Playing on the U.S. softball team, I saw a lot of me in pain. That's when I learned to count on Flexall. If you suffer from pain, take it from me. You'll count on Flexall, too.
Fast-acting, long-lasting Flexall, just what the doctor ordered.
Everyday people can save every day in September during the 97 model year-end clearance. Get Toyota Corolla with $1,500 customer cash back or 4.8 for 48-month financing. The #1 selling Toyota Camry is 97 clearance price. Hurry! Deals like this don't come along every day. See Coleman Toyota, Team Toyota, and Price LeBlanc Toyota.
Welcome back, everybody. The teams in 7-2A started district play tonight. 2 of the league's top quarterbacks on display at Doug Williams Stadium, where Stephon LaForce was leading his Christian Life Crusaders in their upset bid against second-ranked Northeast. The Vikings' George Keller coming off a week without a TD pass after throwing 7 in the first 2 games. Take you to the action, and this is what I call a teacher with hands-on teaching skills. Playing right in there with the band. I love it.
That's a free ticket to the game.
That's right. Northeast, Keller back to pass, and Nick Diamond says, not going to throw it on this one. The big sack. But Northeast, after a possession change, gets it going this time. Joey Laird had a hand on it, but Rodman Alexander comes down with a catch anyway. And on the next play, Keller goes to Chris Brown. I want you to watch a serious stiff arm. Right about there.
Yeah, get out of my way.
That's a touchdown. Down the sideline, and 6-0. Northeast goes on top. Their kick to the point was blocked, so we kept it at 6-0. Ensuing kickoff, Michael Clayton deep to receive for the Crusaders. Going to take it right here, and watch it. One man got a shot at him. DeMarcus Barber saves the touchdown. Christian Life ends up settling for a field goal try, and Tim Johnson, who's hit some plenty long ones, misses a 27-yarder, so it's still a goose egg on the board for Christian Life. Now we're close to the end of the first half. Ronald Johnson, a load, get out of his way, down close to the goal line, and then Johnny Moore takes it into the end zone. The point after made it 7-6. Christian Life in front of the #2 team in the state. These guys knew they had it in the bag, and they did. 15-7. Northeast comes back to win it in the second half to stay unbeaten.
2 teams with big wins this season squaring off tonight to open district play in 7-2A, but both are coming off losses last week. The Clinton Eagles 2-1 on the season with a huge opening week win over Southern Lab, but losing to Port Allen last week, taking on U High. The Cubs knocked off top-ranked Riverside a couple of weeks ago, but fell to Newman last week. Big district opener tonight at the LSU practice field, and I mean big, because these 2 teams have played sporadic, but they both got some good teams and want to get on top early, and we pick up the action with U High and watch the great catch by Michael Selders as he keeps it, and we'll slow it down for you so you can appreciate the concentration that Selders had on his catch. The spin, the hit, the bobble, the catch. And he keeps the drive alive as the drive carries over to the second quarter, and Marcus Etienne, taking it from 6 yards out, lowers the shoulder and lowers the boom. 7-0 U High at that point. Then we've got some Cubs defense as Clint Griswold, told you about it during the newscast, the Griswold family. It's the Griswolds. He's got the interception for U High, and we're going back the other way as he takes it back about 7-8 yards before he gets brought down. 4th down, U High goes with the fake punt. Coach Stelly pulling out all the stops as Elliott Temple gets the first down. That keeps the drive alive for Will Stelly, his son, to Ahmad Harris. That's just a football name. Ahmad Harris with the touchdown catch. 14-0 U High, and check out the final as the Cubs get the job done. Big win for U High tonight as they beat Clinton by the final score of 27-8.
He is #1. Ever tried the comparative score method to predict a high school football game? Could have tried it tonight, the Walker-Bishop-Sullivan matchup. Both teams with 1 win going in. The Warriors beat McKinley 28-0. The Wildcats score was 33-0. Plus they were playing at home. What do you figure? Touchdown, 8-point game. Try a 28-0 halftime lead as Coach Alan Brown tries to get his Warriors back in it by throwing the football. Alan Brown, the coach's son, complete to Sammy Mayu. They're going to need more than that, though. Brown pitches it out, the throw into the end zone. It's picked off by Bradley Curtin for the interception. The Wildcats keeping the Warriors off the scoreboard there. A little bit later, still trying to throw it, but when the defense knows you're throwing it, they're looking for it, and Joey Bernard is going to turn that pass into a Walker touchdown, 34-0 with the point after. It was 35-0, and then Pat Walker, the Walker quarterback, finds Damon Williams back behind the secondary, and that's a touchdown, and that's a rout. 42-0 was the final. Walker over Bishop Sullivan.
Now, if you don't mind, I want to share a story with you. You know, as businesses grow, sometimes phone numbers change, and that's what's happened here at Channel 9 over the years. A few weeks ago, when Parkview Baptist traveled to Lake Charles for a game, their coaching staff was given a phone number to call us with the score. Unfortunately, the number handed out was an old number, and instead of reaching the Sportsline Friday night desk here at Tall Tower 9, the call was answered by an adult entertainment hotline service. I'm happy to say the coaches immediately hung up the phone, though I'm not sure if they passed on the score anyway, but hey, thanks for the effort. Tonight, the undefeated Eagles at home hosting the 0-3 Panthers from Berwick. That's about as close as Berwick would get was the opening handshake, because this just gets ugly, and Parkview is just putting points on the board like they're going out of style. Brandon Bourgeois, 24 yards on the second play, 7-0 Parkview. Corey Townsend, 20 yards to Adam Willett, 14-0 Parkview. Bourgeois again, this time 13 yards as he comes near side, makes a cutback, takes it all the way in, breaks some tackles, 21-0 Parkview Baptist, and then we're going to see it again. Bourgeois, far side, cuts back up the middle. This one goes 17 yards, 28-0 Parkview. You notice they're still going the same direction. It's still the first quarter. Second quarter, Berwick's quarterback Ryan White intercepted by Josh Sun, and he's going to stop and stutter, and then he's going to keep on going before he finally gets dragged down. The next play, Townsend to Willett. This one's going to go 15 yards. I mean, look at him. Look at it. He's walking in the end zone, Steve. 35-0. It's 48-0 Parkview Baptist at halftime. Jacob Richardson scores a touchdown. Bourgeois would score again. Schneider scored a touchdown. He wasn't even at the game. Check out the final score. 58-13. Parkview is just wearing scoreboards out.
I don't know about adult entertainment, but they might be headed to New Orleans by the end of the year with that kind of game. Episcopal over St. Helena, 15-14. It was Point Capee Central beating the Jackson Chiefs 34-12.
And Catholic Point Capee beat Avoyelles tonight by the final score of 27-6. You know, we always enjoy going down the I-55 route, especially when they have games like we had tonight.
And it seems every year we have at least one that goes down to the wire. Stay tuned on Sportsline.
Here we are at the Baton Rouge Airport, where we're making a point about buying a new car. You don't have to fly off like these foolish people are doing to get a deal on a new Honda. You can go right here in town to Richard's Honda. Been here since 1958, so before you fly off like those foolish people, fly over to Richard's Honda. And remember, hey, Richard's Honda won't lose your luggage, huh? Richard's Honda, stop by.
Estee Lauder knows it's not where you're going, it's how you look when you get there, which is why we put together the most fabulous 9-piece gift. 2 travel cases filled with an irresistible collection. All the latest shades, the hottest colors, the newest fragrances, the best of Estee Lauder. Yours free with any Estee Lauder purchase of $18.50 or more. This gift exclusively at Maison Blanche from now until October 4th.
On this job, my feet sweat, smell, and itch so bad, nothing helps.
Introducing Gold Bond Medicated Foot Powder. 3 foot relievers in 1. Only Gold Bond absorbs moisture, controls odor with baking soda, and stops foot itch. New Gold Bond Medicated Foot Powder.
Finally, something that really helps.
As a resident orthopedic surgeon, I see a lot of people in pain. Playing on the U.S. softball team, I saw a lot of me in pain. That's when I learned to count on Flexall. If you suffer from pain, take it from me. You'll count on Flexall, too.
Fast-acting, long-lasting Flexall, just what the doctor ordered.
Everyday people can save every day in September during the 97 model year-end clearance. Get Toyota Corolla with $1,500 customer cash back or 4.8 for 48-month financing. The #1 selling Toyota Camry is 97 clearance price. Hurry! Deals like this don't come along every day. See Coleman Toyota, Team Toyota, and Price LeBlanc Toyota.
they went to overtime, but Hammond with the big victory tonight over Opelousas. We finish up tonight down the I-55 route with two of the top 3 teams in the state. First stop, Amite, where the Warriors are riding Big Mo after beating St. James last week. Now ranked 3rd in the state in Class 3A, Amite put its 3-0 record on the line, hosting Assumption, who seems to be playing one powerhouse after another this season. Maybe they're going to try to take on LSU after Akron. I don't know, but the way their schedule's going, they're playing everybody tough. As Amite takes the field, and we're going to pick it up first quarter action. Amite's got the ball, and Desmond Collins is going to keep it. Desmond's dancing in the backfield, dancing, turning the corner, and he is gone. 70 yards on the touchdown. The point after is no good, so Amite is up by the score of 6-0. Keep it in the first quarter, and Assumption's got the ball. Nice run here by Brad Hill as he takes it up the middle, cuts back near side, great cutback, good stiff arm, speaking of stiff arm, Steve, and another one before he finally gets knocked out of bounds. But then Assumption, Terrence Mill goes to Rudy August, but August is going to fumble, and that's going to be picked up by Dedrick Taylor deep inside Amite territory. In fact, inside the 10, so the score stays at 6-0. Second quarter, Amite's got the ball, and Desmond Collins goes 11 yards for the touchdown. The point after is good, 13-0. And then Amite, again, watch on the option as C.J. Baptiste takes it 58 yards, just running over people, Steve, with authority. Takes it into the end zone. Point after is good, 20-0 at that point. Check out your final score as Amite proves why they're undefeated and number 3 in the state. 40-7, their final over Assumption.
They play some good football there. Our final stop of the night, just down I-55, the other 2 undefeated teams in Changipahoa Parish. A page out of the Sportsline science book, the immovable object, the irresistible force. That object would be Independence tailback LeBrandon Tofield. 13 touchdown, tops in Louisiana, 14 yards per carry is 2. The force, Kentwood's defense, which has stifled every offense so far from St. Helena to Christian Life. Take you to the action, and you would figure 7-7 and no place to sit. Third quarter action, this thing was wild. Watch as Kentwood grabs the upper hand with the run by Alonzo Ard. One way, inside, outside, breaking tackles, breaking more tackles, and he's gone. Nobody back there. 62-yard touchdown. Kangaroos in front, 13-7. They missed the point after. So now it's Kentwood trying to add to their 6-point lead. Ernest Carter picked off. Lionel Joseph saving perhaps a scoring threat that would have made things tough. And you see the flag. Add some yards to that one, go the other way. Antron Sieber looking for Kenny Albritton. That's a touchdown pass. Mr. Tofield doesn't figure in these final highlights as they tie it 13-13 into the fourth quarter. It is again Antron Sieber to Kenny Albritton for the winning score. 40 yards back of the end zone. Kentwood loses a heartbreaker. The Tigers are victorious. 20-13 was the final. It's this good. Just imagine what the rest of the season